to all of you. It's wonderful to feel this much positive energy in a room. I'm going to ask you to remain standing if you are able for just a few moments longer. We have lots of things to celebrate today. One of them is that we live in a great country. Not involved in any current playoff action, but a great country nonetheless. And as a result, I'm going to ask Dan Bronson with his guitar to lead us in a rousing rendition, and I do expect rousing, the best rendition of O Canada you'll ever hear, outside of playoff action, of course.
Good morning. I, Rosemary Young, of the Board of Governors of Sir Sandford Fleming College, declare this 2018 Convocation officially open.
Thank you so much to Dan Bronson and also to our piper, where did he go? Jeffrey Hamilton, for bringing us in Fleming style. Please be seated. I would like to introduce next Liz Stone, faculty in the School of General Arts and Sciences, who will bring an important tribute to the graduates from the First Nations community.
Bonjour. Ni min majikan kwe dijnakas majikan dodem. Anishnaabe kwe minwa lene lenape yandao. Amjanong dunjama. Nogo Joaning Megwa Doda, Fleming College, Dunjanaki. For those of you who may not be aware, it is our traditional teachings that we must first introduce ourselves in order to share who we are, where we come from, and what our intentions are in just being here. It's also a sign of respect to open with an acknowledgement of the territory in which we stand upon. Therefore, on behalf of all of us here today, I would like to say Chimigwech, or thank you, to the Mississauga people for allowing us to continue to work, live, and in this case, study within their territory and the negotiated lands of the Williams Treaty and Treaty Number 20. As a college that is a signatory of the Indigenous Education Protocol, we believe that it is important to not only acknowledge that we conduct business within the Michisigig territory, but to also educate students on what it means to be respectful visitors within traditional lands and territories of Indigenous people. Today, you will notice graduates that may be wearing a medicine wheel as part of their regalia or on their gowns. These students have chosen to make a personal declaration that they will carry with them beyond the walls of Fleming College. Students wearing these pins have made a declaration to move forward in their professional and personal lives as people who not only acknowledge the rights of Indigenous people, but will be respectful allies to First Nations, Inuit, and Métis people within the territory in which they choose to call home. On behalf of Fleming College, I would like to say Chimigwech for being an active participant in the work towards reconciliation. And guests, we ask that you honor these students by giving them a round of applause. Today is a day of honoring the past and accomplishments of our graduates. As a gift, we offer the tribute of an honor song conducted by the drum. Fleming Aboriginal Student Services and the Fleming Aboriginal Education Council are honored to present Manitou Ganagamowen or Moe singers. This group of singers is a group of community helpers who use song to communicate and embody frequencies that have been gifted by all of creation. In this state and for this purposes of honoring you, the graduates, in Anishinaabe mowing, it describes a sacred process. Traditional songs can be a common language between all living and animate and inanimate things, beings all over Turtle Island that promotes connection and unity. These songs, like the energy that lives within all of us, comes to all of us and is shared throughout all of time. Songs are alive and they carry the life from beginning of time and into the future. Please stand during the honor song, and we ask that you remove any hats. Remember to stand proud, and on behalf of Fleming Aboriginal Student Services and the Aboriginal Education Council, congratulations and good luck in your future endeavors. Miigwech.
congratulations to all the graduates.
Please be seated. Thank you, Liz, and also to the Manadogi Naga Amowe singers. I would like to introduce myself. I am Carol Kelsey, Dean of the School of Justice and Community Development, and I am likewise honored to be your Master of Ceremonies this morning. I mentioned the great energy in the room. It's energy born of a sense of accomplishment, both personal and collective achievements. All of us are happy and proud to experience this day with you. One of the laws of physics is that energy can't be created or destroyed, only transferred from one form to another. Here is what I wish for you, graduates, as you transform the energy from this important day. Keep learning, keep growing, embrace change, bloom and contribute where you are planted. Continue to let yourself be startled by new ideas and what they might mean to you and others. And reflect constantly on your role in a just society. Individuals harnessing this type of energy change the world for the better. Thank you for letting all of us play a role in this. And my congratulations to you. Before we proceed any further, there are a few bits of information we'd like you to know. First of all, there was a Lincoln key fob found in a golf cart. So if you haven't already discovered it's missing, don't panic. It's right at the counter outside the doors here. So I'm not going to make you declare yourselves, but now you know where your keys are for your car. There are staff present on the floor to provide any kind of assistance you may need, including emergency first aid. And I always qualify that bursting with pride is not a medical emergency, but St. John's Ambulance is here for any real emergencies. The ceremony will be about an hour and a half in length, and we'd like to ask that all graduates and their guests remain in the auditorium for the duration of the ceremony to respect and pay tribute to each and every graduate as they receive their collar, certificate, or diploma. Everyone is invited to a reception in the Kawartha Trades and Technology Center just across the way immediately following the ceremony. And I've already mentioned the golf carts, and they're ready to take you back and forth for that purpose. We are also pleased to have the services of an American Sign Language English interpreter, Catherine Fairbank, to sign for the ceremony. Now I would like to call on Rosemary Young of the Board of Governors to bring greetings on behalf of the Fleming Board, followed by Dr. Tony Tilley, who will bring the President's remarks.
Good morning, graduates, family and friends, and platform guests. Greetings and welcome on behalf of the Fleming College Board of Governors. I am honored and elated to be here at Sutherland campus today, celebrating you, our graduates, and would like to extend my sincerest congratulations to all of you. Graduation is a time of celebration, reflection, and excitement. I invite you to celebrate the incredible achievements you've accomplished during your time at Fleming. Reflect on the friendships you've made and the journey you've completed. And I invite you to revel, absolutely revel, in the excitement of what lays ahead. This week, you are part of the Fleming College 2018 class of graduates, consisting of more than 2,400 students from over 60 programs. These programs provide applied learning that will be felt well into your future career and aspirations. You are qualified, skilled graduates with the tools you need to do incredible things. Here at Fleming College, we strive to create supportive environments where students can put their knowledge into practice. Our core promise to our students is learn, belong, become. These three words embody so much of what we endeavor to do to ensure you, the students, have a memorable and meaningful journey while you are here at Fleming College. We wanted you to learn, to broaden your knowledge and skill set, and you did. We wanted you to belong to the incredible Fleming community, and you have. And now as you leave the college today, you belong to the impressive group of Fleming alumni. And we also want you to become an integral part of your unique campus communities. Our core promise is the foundational piece of Fleming College's culture and is what sets you, our Fleming College graduates, apart. Thank you very much for allowing us to be a part of your journey. We look forward to seeing you grow and prosper and become the best that you can be in the years to come.
Thanks very much, Rosemarie. Members of the board, Platform Party graduates and guests, it's wonderful to have you here as part of this 51st Convocation. We start Convocation each year on the last Friday in May at the Haliburton campus, then to the Frost campus in the first Friday in June, and then to 6 convocations here in the Peterborough Sport and Wellness Centre. And we're delighted that so many people could join us today. Welcome to those of you who have the floor-level courtside seating down here. Very nice. To those of you who have the strong backs, because there's no back to your bench seating at the back of the auditorium, great to have you here. It's great to have husbands, wives, girlfriends, boyfriends, brothers, sisters, uncles, aunts, grandparents, and children, in some cases, of our graduating class. So that actually makes altogether 4 generations of people who are here to support you, congratulate you, and applaud what you have done. Ladies and gentlemen, I love the 3 opening elements of Convocation, and to me, those are the pipes bringing us in. Jeffrey Hamilton is a 4th generation piper from very near to Peterborough. O Canada, and thank you, Carol, for leading off the standard we had to expect in that. And finally, the honor song, which is a beautiful and haunting way in which you receive a tribute and much to reflect on. As we proceed with this ceremony, I want to mention that while many have joined us here in the auditorium, not everyone who would like to see this ceremony could attend today, and so they can attend in a different way. If you look to the back there, graduates, you see a camera, and this is our means through the internet to provide this broadcast to different parts of Ontario, Canada, and the world. So hello to our guests who are joining us as well in that manner. I'd like to just reference some of the people on the platform party, and I will reference the remainder in my closing remarks. Thank you for joining us today, Rosemary Young, representing the Board of Governors, also from the board, and as College Registrar, Sue Kloosterman. From the board as well, back over on this side, Angela Pind, who's here both as a faculty member and as a member of the board. Liz Stone, you have met. Liz was the chair of the Aboriginal Education Council, which is where I first got to know her. And Shannon Smith is going to bring regards from those who have come before you as graduates of the college. To my left, you'll be congratulated by Dr. Tom Wegar, Vice President Academic, Dean Carol Kelsey, who's also our MC today, is a prominent part of this ceremony, as will be Chair Martha Jansenberger. There's a person who will be honored shortly, so I'll just very briefly reference Shauna Longmuir right now. Honors to come. Meredith Pelly will do the names. Norm Killian will introduce the valedictorian, and Alan Hewitt, many of you will know as well. And the remainder of the platform party I'll reference, as I mentioned in my closing remarks. Last night, Carol officiated at an awards ceremony. A number of people in this convocation received individual awards recognizing academic accomplishments, personal development, and contributions to what happens in your program and at the college. And to recognize those award recipients, I'm going to ask you to stand and be recognized award recipients. Please stand. That's great. Thank you very much. Please be seated. Graduates, we are excited to recognize and applaud your many accomplishments today. You've achieved a great deal already during your time here at Fleming College. You've developed skills that are a key reason why you chose to come to your program. At the same time, and referencing our Fleming College vision statement, I hope that you see this as having been an opportunity to develop more than skills. You've also demonstrated some key personal qualities and attributes, such as when you made it through a very stressful time in the fall semester, a strike of 5 weeks duration. I'm sorry you had that experience, and in fact, we are sorry that you had that experience. But I congratulate you along with my colleagues as I thank all of those who worked with you following the return to classes, particularly our faculty, for your determination, resolve, and capacity to bounce back. Those are qualities that you will no doubt need to draw on from time to time in the years ahead. Graduates, I reflect on the name of your school. I reflect on your programs. And I want to make some brief comments about the world around us. And I ask you to picture taking a blank piece of paper, putting a line right down the middle to divide it for recording two lists. On the left-hand list are the ways in which you might say that life on planet Earth is deteriorating, is challenging, and particularly worrisome. Climate change, terrorism, random acts of violence, these and other elements would be on that list, which understandably preoccupies us. On the right side, though, is the list of the ways in which life on Earth is improving. I want to draw your attention to a book that suggests the list on the right side is both impressive and far more than wishful thinking. The right-hand list is the theme of a book by Steven Pinker entitled Enlightenment Now. Bill Gates called it my favorite new book of all time. The publisher comments, in this elegant assessment of the human condition in the third millennium, Steven Pinker urges us to step back from the lurid headlines and prophecies of doom, which bring out the worst in our psychological biases. Instead, follow the data. In 75 astonishing graphs, Pinker shows that life, health, prosperity, safety, peace, knowledge, and happiness are on the rise, not just in the West, but worldwide. That's an extraordinary thing to think about. And graduates, I want to add something to Steven Pinker's list. I want to say that, in my view, the list of assets leading the world forward includes people like you. I reflect on those words in the name of your school, the School of Justice and Community Development. Graduates, through your skills and personal qualities, through your commitment to the words in your school's name, you and others like you will contribute to that better future. I should add from a personal standpoint that this is a special year for me. In fact, it's a special month for me as well. You are part of the class of 2018, and so am I, as I will finish my 14 years at Fleming at the end of this month. There have been many highlights for me, including some special moments. Why, at one convocation, a young woman walked up the ramp, leaned forward to me. I stand approximately here. I'm the first one to greet you. She leaned forward to me and said in a conspiratorial way, "I love you too." Or so it sounded, until I looked down the ramp to see the evidence of what she really said, which was, "I lost my shoe." So it goes, those moments of intense affection can be fleeting and mistaken. Graduates, with this convocation, a culminating event to your time at Fleming, we now wish you well on the next stage of your lives. We are so proud of what you have accomplished in your time at Fleming College. We look forward with eagerness to all that you will achieve as you leave Fleming and start the next leg of your journey. In closing, I offer you these words attributed to Buddha. As you think, so you are. As you imagine, so you will become. I wish you success in your careers and health and happiness in your lives. Thank you very much.
Thanks to both Rosemary and Tony for their words this morning. Our next speaker is Shannon Smith, who was a graduate of the Law Clerk program, and she will be bringing greetings on behalf of Advancement and Alumni Relations. Shannon?
Good morning. On behalf of Fleming Alumni Relations, and as a very proud Fleming College graduate myself, I would like to welcome you to a very strong and diverse network of more than 73,000 Fleming College graduates. It is my privilege to be part of this celebration for our class of 2018. The alumni network that you and I are now part of is more than just a group of people who graduated from Fleming College over the past 50 years. We are what Fleming College instilled in us as students. We dared to dream. We continuously expand our knowledge and skills. We develop ourselves as long as others. We create learning communities. We are inventive. We build a better future, and we enjoy the journey along the way. Having the traits that mirror our namesake, Sir Sanford Fleming, is how we have become and will continue to be the best individuals we can be, both personally and professionally. And because Fleming has provided its graduates with such an incredible foundation of skills for success ahead, the alumni network that you and I belong to is inspiring. A fellow graduate from the class of 1994 is the developer of Google Maps. Another graduate is the Dominion Sculptor of Canada, who presented Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II with a bronze portrait. A fellow graduate from the class of 1988 generates over $4 million in economic activity annually for Peterborough and the Kawarthas. Don't be intimidated by the many successful grads ahead of you. Take the opportunity to become one yourself. The Fleming graduates I just mentioned started out exactly where you are now, waiting very patiently to cross this stage and not knowing what their path ahead looked like. As your Fleming experience taught you, dare to dream. As you pursue your career aspirations, I encourage you to maintain the relationships you developed during what many alumni say are the most impactful, rewarding, and memorable years of their lives. Once you accept your diploma or certificate today, you will be awarded with a Fleming Alumni pin. It will be your little reminder to stay connected when life gets busy. Class of 2018, you have worked hard to complete your studies and leave Fleming, but make a note, Fleming is not leaving you. It is now rooted in you. As a Fleming College alumni, your connection lasts forever. Congratulations, graduates. Today marks the day that you continue on your journey with all that Fleming gave you to become the very best version of yourself. Cheers to your success.
Thank you so much, Shannon. I am so very proud at this point to call on Tony Tilley to present the Charles E. Pascal Award for Excellence in Teaching to someone many of you graduates know quite well.
Thank you very much, Carol. I mentioned 8 convocations. However, this award is presented once each year, not at each convocation, because there is only one winner, one recipient of this award. Every year, Fleming College celebrates teaching excellence through the Charles E. Pascal Award, named in honor of former Fleming College President Charles Pascal. Through this award, we recognize a member of our faculty who is committed to student learning, who is innovative and encouraging, and who is a role model for colleagues and students. This year's recipient of the Charles E. Pascal Award is Professor Shauna Longmuir. Shauna, would you come up, please? Are you going to want to say a few words? Great, okay. Thank you very much. That's very fitting recognition. 2 separate nominations for Shauna were submitted from students and faculty. Shauna was praised for her commitment to learning and raising the standard for individual success while empowering her students to believe in themselves. One of the most noteworthy comments from Shauna's nominations cited her commitment to learning and success, so empowering that it raised individual standards because of individually developed belief in self. Empowering students to raise their own standards, instilling an inner belief that you can do anything you can set your mind to, these are what make Shauna an excellent role model for colleagues and students and a worthy recipient of this year's prestigious award. Congratulations, Shauna, and thank you for all that you do to contribute to the success of our students. It is with great pleasure that we present the 2018 Charles E. Pascal Award for Excellence in Teaching to Shauna Longmuir. There you go, and there's the apple symbolizing it. Okay, come over to this side. We'll just get a picture. Got it. Very good. Over to you.
Thank you. Tony just asked me if I wanted to say a few words. I've known Tony for 14 years. You don't really know me. Yes, I would like to say a few words. Loved ones, I had the pleasure of teaching your graduates a course, Strategies for Success. And guys, I would like you to look around. Success. Could I ask you all to give your graduates a huge round of applause? So Confucius is probably one of the first really well-noted teachers. And 2,500 years ago, he's the guy that said, if you love your job, you'll never work a day. And I love my job. And I wish for you the same love of job. You're sitting here today and you're getting ready to head off, and you have your whole careers ahead of you. And I hope for you to have the peers that I have had that show me every day what excellence is and have become lifelong friends. I hope for you managers that will encourage you to try new things and accept when you drop the ball and you make a mistake. And mostly I hope for you loved ones like the ones that are here today, that on that Sunday night when you don't quite feel like you can go to work, they know whether to support you or tell you to stop whining and go change things. You are our leaders. If you don't like something, change it. Remember your first lecture with me? It's probably a scrapbooking moment for most of you. And I told you that you would blink and we would be at your graduation. And here we are. And then I handed you a t-shirt. Apart from being the greatest marketing ploy ever, I had you strutting yourself everywhere across Peterborough, at grocery stores, at the Good Life gym, everywhere, showing that you were what a Justice student should be. I wanted you to feel connected. I wanted you to feel part of something, because that's what college is really all about. I do get that you're probably not going to remember my lectures, but I hope that you will remember being a part of something that was really important. And on the front of that t-shirt is a very purposefully chosen swallow carrying a scale. And I think you all knew what the scale meant right away. But the swallow, what's with the swallow? Well, in naval lore, especially in tattoo venues, the swallow has a very specific meaning. The swallow represents two sailors to remember to return home. And that's why I chose the swallow. I hope you remember your roots. I hope you return home to us. Share your successes with us. I hope you will become the mentors that you've met across your 2 years. When we bring our graduates in and they speak, or when you go out onto placement and you meet a Fleming graduate, that's going to be you, and that's pretty spectacular. And I suspect some of you might even be planning to work alongside of us one day, and I'm sure that will be a reality too. My surprise to see Shannon, who I taught 14 years ago. There's teachers on this podium that I have taught, and I'm sure that some of you will be side by side with me too. Last quotation. Thomas Jefferson said, "The harder I work, the more luck that I have." Work hard, and the luck will come to you. I am so proud to have been your teacher. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I'd now like to welcome Norm Killian, faculty in the Protection, Security, and Investigation program, to introduce your valedictorian, Crystal Dudgeon. At the conclusion of Crystal's address, Rosemary Young of the Board of Governors will make a presentation to her on behalf of the board. I invite Norm now.
Thank you, Carol. This morning I have the distinct honor of presenting the School of Justice and Community Development Outstanding Academic Achievement Award for the Faculty of Justice. Presented to a graduate in the School of Justice and Community Development for the outstanding academic achievement and significant contribution to the college community. Many students come and go from this institution, but few will ever have the same impact as Crystal Dudgeon. Crystal arrived at the college with a mission. Crystal wanted to make a difference. A single mother with 2 daughters, who incidentally also attend the same college, Crystal made the difficult choice to return to school. In a previous life, Crystal raised a family, managed a security firm in Fort Mac, and worked with youth at risk. Crystal also lived in the Netherlands for 3 years, working as a communications trainer before returning to Canada. When you get to know Crystal, you realize very quickly that she leads with her heart. Crystal is a personable, outgoing, caring individual. But on the other hand, Crystal is as tough as nails. Loyal, fiercely determined, frequently climbing out of her comfort zone to embrace challenge. During her tenure at the college, Crystal has added her voice to numerous causes. Crystal served as a program team leader and a student rep in PSI. And behind the scenes, Crystal was heavily invested in the welfare of others. Crystal was involved with a project called Beyond the Impact, where she supported victims of long-term abuse. Crystal is an active supporter of the LGBT community. She works with homeless in downtown Peterborough, and she acts as a student mental health advocate. Crystal is also this year's recipient of the American Society for Industrial Security, ACES, Friends and Family Scholarship. Sharing her breadth of knowledge and life experiences with her peers, Crystal regularly mentored other students, inspiring them not just to succeed, but to believe in themselves. Whenever we needed a volunteer, you didn't have to ask. Crystal would just show up. She would motivate others to join, organize, innovate, and drive the process. Crystal is all-inclusive. She doesn't take a few students under her wing, she takes everyone under her wing. Crystal graduates today with a string of impressive accomplishments, and we will miss Crystal and the legacy of meaningful achievements she leaves in her wake. When Crystal and I first spoke about the possibility of being chosen valedictorian, she told me regardless of whether she succeeds or not, the experience will make it exciting and all worthwhile. For my part, Crystal, I am so very proud to have shared this journey with you. Thank you for enriching our lives and for your outstanding contribution to Fleming College. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the most deserving student, my friend, and our valedictorian, Crystal Dungeon.
Getting it together. Good morning to our honored platform guests, Dr. Tilley, professors, family and friends, and my fellow Fleming graduates. We have made it. We have conquered the lecture guides, met the word counts, endured the PowerPoints, survived the group assignments. Those group assignments, am I right? And we've kicked those exams right in the junk. We have put well over 1,000 hours of class time behind us, walked hundreds of kilometers to the bus stop. That's a true story because I did the math. We've spent dozens of weeks away from home to arrive at this very moment, our moment. Although we share this achievement together, each of us has arrived here through a very different path. We have our own tale to tell, and as a collector of stories, it has brought me much joy to be able to share even the smallest of parts with you guys. Brittany, with the beautiful singing voice, Sadie, with the brightest smile, Patrick, who is willing to befriend everybody, Sarah, who came back from a car accident and succeeded despite the pain, Terry, who will always keep fighting, Jen, the friend that will drop everything just to be there for a friend, Spencer, and the epic mustache. Sorry, Spence. Karen, who knew she wasn't too old and stayed the course. Then there's Quinn and Jasmine and their constant shenanigans. Zach, whose face lights up with a smile every time he talks. Emily, the girl with the Pikachu hat, who has compassion for all those who need it. Matt, the extraordinary artist. Victoria, who's incredibly kind. Melissa, and her awesome and vast earring collection. Rebecca, who busted out of her shell completely. There's Justin, the recipient of the Greg Riddle Award, earned because he had the respect of so many of his classmates. Amanda, the hero of Monday mornings, giver of rides to 8 a.m. classes. Blakely, the girl who can stop an entire room with a sneeze or two, or 7 or 8. These are mere headlines of epic stories that I wish I could share entirely with you. One story that I did not get to share personally is that of Nancy Newton, who poured her heart and soul into the Protection, Security, and Investigations program here at Fleming College for over 20 years. It is thanks to her hard work and passion that we can boast so many successful graduates, some who have returned to teach new generations of students. By the time I started PSI, Nancy had already left for battle, so I only know her solely through the chuckles and joyful memories of her colleagues and former students. I hear memories about gales of laughter coming from her office, her shoot-from-the-hip personality, her kindness, her fierceness, her integrity, and her profanity. When I asked one of her former students to share a fond memory, she said, "I don't think I can tell you one that you can put into your speech, but she was a wild woman and she was hilarious." Nancy, of course, remains in the hearts of those who knew and loved her, but also in the minds and the deeds of hundreds of former and future students. Now then, it's the journey to the destination that creates your unique story. In other words, sometimes the road trip is more epic than the vacation, and it's because of the people you fill your car with. I can't stand up here and tell you that I was the mature student who was afraid to return to school. I wasn't scared, because I have this very large, very ferocious, and very supportive posse behind me. Family and friends that have stood behind me and never once failed to catch me. You never know who's behind you until you have to fall back. I'd like to thank each and every one of them for being so brave and strong enough to ride the out-of-control, hell-bent nightmare carousel that is Crystal Dudgeon. One of them was brave enough to come to school with me every day. I have the unique experience to stand here before you today as both a proud graduate and a tremendously proud parent of a graduate. I've done some pretty wild things in my life, but let me tell you, going to school with your child is a bit like skydiving. While on fire, while dodging throwing knives and aiming to land on the back of a hungry hippo. I kid. I count myself as one of the luckiest parents I know. She and I now share the deep and everlasting bond that is formed between college roommates. Amazingly, she and I are not the only mother-daughter duo graduating together today. We do have another. And even beyond that, we have a husband and wife that are graduating together today as well. I unfortunately do not have an uncensored and euphemistic description of what that journey looks like, but my buddy Robert tells me that he's very lucky to be alive and loves his wife very much. Please send help. That part not out loud. Sorry, Rob. Many of you have come away from your time here having created lifelong friendships, people that will become part of your career network, and even people that will become part of your family. You've become part of many stories and have added many parts to your own. I'd like to leave you with a bit of philosophy because WikiHow said every valedictorian speech should have a quote. And spoiler alert, it's not Churchill. A friend of mine and I were discussing a film one day over email. It was a very intense and emotional movie. My friend ended his email with a quote from Nietzsche that Viktor Frankl used to describe how he survived Auschwitz. He who has a why can bear almost any how. Find your why. If you're out there to make the difference, it won't happen in one grandiose mic-dropping gesture. It will come through maybe dozens, but probably hundreds of small deeds throughout your careers. You've heard it said it costs 0 cents to be a decent human being. Well, I'm cheap, so I say go for extraordinary. You may not grasp it every day. Some days you may tap out with, well, I'll put pants on. On those days when you can't even pants, the days that you just can't even ever, the days where you feel like Hulk just flung you around like Loki, the days when you want to be Jon Snow but you're Theon Greyjoy, remember your why. Frankl said, "Our question must consist not in talk and meditation, but in right action and in right conduct." Life ultimately means taking responsibility to find the right answer to its problems and to fulfill the tasks which it constantly sets for each individual. Meet those tasks head on, with integrity and an honest and open heart. Don't settle for decent, be extraordinary. I hope each of you will take some time today and celebrate your accomplishments with those who sojourned with you. You have earned much more than a diploma today. Reflect on the totality of your efforts that brought you here to this moment. I hope you will always remember what you've learned, who you became, and how you belonged. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Crystal, for your inspiring words and your stories. And now for the moment that we start to get truly interactive here this morning. To begin, I'd like to ask President Dr. Tony Tilley and Acting Registrar Susan Kloosterman to come to the podium for the formal conferral of certificates and diplomas. Please, graduates, I ask you to rise to this occasion.
Mr. President, it is my privilege to report to you that the candidates here assembled and those not present have qualified in all respects for diplomas or certificates by successfully completing curricula offered by Sir Sandford Fleming College. The faculty have recommended that they be awarded diplomas or certificates in recognition of their academic accomplishments.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Governors of Sir Sandford Fleming College, I do hereby confer on you your respective diploma or certificate, with all the honors, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto.
Please be seated.
We will be proceeding now as per the program that you have. And Meredith Pilley, our graduate name announcer, is in her spot. And we will shortly begin the presentation of callers, certificates, and diplomas.
Mr. President, I have the honor of presenting the graduates of the Community and Justice Services, accompanied by their program coordinator, Cindy Gervais. Sadie Alderman. Abby Berry. Brooke Carr. Maureen Corson. Michaela Dembowski. Vanessa Douglas. Caitlin Evans. Heidi Ferguson. Alicia Goldie. Leanna Genero. Jenna Hanna. Lauren Hay. Julianne Jackson. Josh Kruger. Bailey LaRock. Coral Lear. Brianna Lewis. Sarah Muskrat. Christine Neild. Aaron Oatman. Yasmin Oskan. Sarah Payne. Yep. Sierra Pennings. Samantha Pezzarello. Owen William Polito. Amber Rivet. Brianne Rupe. Vanessa Sahibjan. Nicole Shea. Kenneth Shepard. Marissa Short. Terry-Ann Sloan-White. Mr. President, I have the honor of presenting the graduates of the Custom Border Services Program, accompanied by their program coordinator, Jesse Putwell. Kashlyn Arnold. Kevin Badera. Rachel Bell. Caitlin Bremner. Michael Bucci. Giuliano DaCosta. Dakota Davison Lawson. Adrian Depp. Emily Dudgeon. Christopher Gundrum. Corey Hamilton. Ryan Hayes. Owen Hickey. Amber Hubbard. Brittany James. Cheyenne Johnston. Alexander Kelly. Owen Knight. Renee Lowe. Jennifer Mackey. Matthew McCrae. Ryan Malcolmson. Cody McGarvey. Caitlin McGlynn. Devin Mellinson. Andrew Joseph Mills. Caitlin Mills. Jarrett Muskokamon. James Moore. Mackenzie Rawling. Adam Russo. Spencer Schmidt. Siobhan Surratt. Karan Shah. Brianna Smith. Zachary Smith. Brittany Stewart. McCones Stone. Reagan Taylor. Nicholas Tobin. Samantha Van Item. Nina Vilikonich. Mr. President, I have the honor of presenting the graduates of the Law Kirk program, accompanied by their program coordinator, Diana Collis. Rihanna Christie. Jessica Foster. James Gillespie. John Howard. Emily Kalita. Danielle Labrache. Colleen McMartin. Chantal Rogers. Rebecca Tripp. Nicole Rose. Mr. President, I have the honor of presenting the graduates of the paralegal program, accompanied by their program coordinator, Diana Collis. Melanie Berube. Bailey Bradshaw. Tamara Cooney. Jessica Foster. Janet Haringa. Victoria Hutchinson. Emily Kalita. Melissa LeBlanc. Cassidy McMahon. Colleen McMartin. Victoria Orlandi. Madison Ramsey. Sabrina Richardson. Adam Ty. Nicholas Wood. Mr. President, I have the honor of presenting the graduates of the Police Foundations Program, accompanied by their program coordinator, Christine O'Neill Hawthorne. Dominique Alley. Tyler Baird. Nina Barnard. Jesse Barnes. Leah Barrett. Dawson Birch. Emily Bourne. Alex Bruxer. Thank you. Matthew Cook. Amber DeGroge. Quinn Dow. Kyle Duckett. Brooke Duxbury. Cameron Elric. Jacob English. Sarah Farmer. Brittany Gorell. Cole Giroux. Spencer Green. Derek Hobbins. Justin Jakeman. Emily Johnson. Cassidy Cack. Jasmine Lee Shu. Leanne Liberta. Okay. Christian Lopez. Louis? Okay. Matthew Louis. Zach Lokasavage. Nicole McGinnis. Victoria Rose McGlennon. Sydney McGuire. Okay. Matthew Mead. Patrick Morgan. Jamie Newton. Jessica Norris. Colin Oldridge. Joanne Oliver. Chase Pfeiffer. Connor Prince. Taryn Russell. Matthew Shapira. Skylar Sodi. Brock Stanlick. Caitlin McLean. Abigail Taylor. Reese Terrian. Randy Thrale. Amanda Townsend. Cole Twyman. Austin Veliki. Marika Visser. Brandon Wade. Sydney Wolfries. Alexander Yu. Ryan Zeus. Mr. President, I have the honor of presenting the graduates of the Pre-Service Firefighter Education and Training Program, accompanied by their program coordinator, Jamie Cowan. Maxime Benoit. Mitchell Blair. James Callahan. Michaela Chadwick Lake. Keegan Charbonneau. Trent Clapperton. Katie Donahoe. Michael Francisco. Eric Fergonis. Braden James Gardner. Connor Hill. Christopher Hooper. Jean-Alexandre Leclerc. Matthew Maddox. Kalisha Millet. Lucas Manders. Brent Martinell. Joseph McComb. Silent Neo Mishamya. Samantha O'Connor. Kristen Piper. Evan Switzer. Nathan Vanderpool. Alexis Ward. Megan Wright. Mr. President, I have the honor of presenting the graduates of the Protection, Security and Investigation Program, accompanied by their program coordinator, Norm Killian. Courtney DeRosa. Sierra Demers. Crystal Dudgeon. Michael Hurtle. Great, thanks. Blakely Marshall. Zachary Moore. Amanda Shearholtz. Eileen Celeste Seifert. Odessa Spalding. Robert Thrale. Nicole Valois.
This is the dramatic moment when the last person gets back to her seat. Well done. Class of 2018, will you rise and be acknowledged by this convocation? Congratulations. Please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, we're just a few minutes from closing this convocation, but on everyone's behalf, I'd like to do a few words of thanks. And the first words of thanks will go to family and friends. Thanks, there were many photographers up here. To those of you who went like this, when you're done, thank you very much. To those of you who didn't, we do have very good photography courses. No matter which category you're in, there's a tremendous amount of support for our graduates today. Thank you very much to the family and friends who attended and who watched over the internet. Thank you. Meredith, thank you for a great job doing the naming. Excellent work. To our valedictorian, Crystal Dudgeon. Crystal, it was a pleasure to meet your daughter here, who you referenced in your comments, and it was a pleasure to hear your comments. I was looking forward to meeting Spencer with his mustache. Spencer, good to have met you there. And you highlighted quite a number of classmates, obviously, and while you can speak for your own class, I think all of the groups here and all of the programs have that same kind of perspective on fellow students and the role that each played in their lives at Fleming. So thank you for saying that so articulately and beautifully. Thank you, valedictorian Crystal Dudgeon. I would like to point out to staff, some of whom are in the auditorium today. Our staff number into the hundreds. They help you from the day that you apply to the college to the day that you graduate and beyond. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in giving a big round of thanks to our support staff.
Tony referenced earlier that this is his graduation as well. And I just wanted to take a few moments to thank him personally and on behalf of everyone here
thank you.
for his 14 years of leadership. And most especially important to me is his focus on each and every student who has passed through this institution. So for driving us forward and giving us reading recommendations, thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Carol, and thank you, everyone. It is a pleasure and an honor to do this role. And the reading recommendations really are good. Ladies and gentlemen, we referenced, and Crystal referenced, the faculty, who we did not introduce individually up here, but I think it's appropriate to ask the faculty in this school to rise and be recognized, in particular by the graduating class, for all that you have done in providing leadership, learning, and more. Faculty, please rise and be recognized. Thank you. Carol, I appreciated those words about my retirement. We do note as well at Convocations other individuals who are retiring. Many thanks, congratulations, and best wishes to Brian Cowie. Now, a gentleman who's been practicing his strumming over in the side here. You heard him with a rousing rendition of O Canada, and now we have a special treat for you. Danny, would you come up? Please turn to the back page of your program. Now, this is a complicated song, we have to admit, right, Danny?
Yes, it is.
It's in its 26th year, and it's no less complicated today than it was in its first year. But you can certainly tap along. Tap your toe, clap your hands. If you're really good at singing, try the chorus or more. When we finish Let the Deed Show, you're all, of course, invited to join us for a reception in the main academic building. When the platform party leaves the stage, please stay in your places while we do that. But without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, if you're able, on your feet, please. Here we go with Danny Bronson and Let the Deed Show.
A dream was born across the waves from the Langton of Kirkcaldy, a sturdy lad of 18 ere the brilliant set to sea. With a sextant and a compass and a great determination, he would change the face of Canada and shape our history. Let the deed show, let the deed show, strengthen our hearts as onward we go. Courage and truth our banner before, shine as a beacon, let the deed show. A pioneering spirit, a man of true conviction, he crossed the Dominion sea to sea and touched the land he loved. 'Twas no greater satisfaction than to know he did his duty with a vast imagination and a world to rise above. Let the deed show, let the deed show, strengthen our hearts as on we go. Courage and truth our banner before, shine as a beacon, let the deed show. Man of steel, the world was built to span a growing country. The world he set the standard time, a universal theme. His love for Canada he showed by striving for her future. So Sandra Fleming shouts like and live to see his dreams. Let the deed show, let the deed show, strengthen our hearts as onward we go. Courage and truth our banner before, shine as a beacon, let the deed show. And now it is our legacy to follow in his footsteps. So dare to dream and dare to do, 'tis the challenge for us all. The future built with minds and hearts by those who've gone before us will wake in us and those to come. These words the world shall know. Let the deed show, let the deed show, strengthen our hearts as onward we go. And courage and truth our banner before, shine as a beacon, let the deed show, let the deed show, let the deed show, strengthen our hearts as onward we go. And courage and truth our banner before, shine as a beacon, let the deed show.
Danny Bronson and Let the Deed Show. Thank you so much, Danny. Danny does this for us at each and every convocation at the Frost campus and the Sutherland campus, and it's wonderful to have him as such an important part of this ceremony. And with those stirring words, with those stirring notes, it is my pleasant and official responsibility to declare this 2018 convocation closed. Thank you very much.
niggas with it, no question. We all on this champion vibe. This how I ride, my passenger fly. We